back to another video, and today is another short how-to video on how to install a short shift on an 08 onwards STI. We've got the short shifter in this box. Hopefully you've seen my shifter extension video. If you haven't, I'll leave a link in the description, but we're about to do a short shifter. Before we get on to opening that box, I have made a purchase, and it is this. This is massive. It's a SC46, and I'm going to be doing like a series on basically installing that with all the supporting mods to chase, hopefully, for 480 horsepower with the fuel pump injectors, so keep an eye out for those videos. So this is what's in the box. This is a just a cheap eBay short shifter, so I quite like buying these and testing them out, just because this was 25 quid and the like a GFB one is about 200 quid. So will a GFB one make you change gear 10 times faster, being 10 times the price? Unlikely. So we're going to go ahead and chuck this on and we'll see what the difference is. Right, step number one for doing this install. In your in your armrest compartment, you'll see there's two holes. These are 10mm. I've already taken these out, but that's the 10 mils. If you remove them, you can then get like a pry tool in this gap, and this whole section will just lift back. Doesn't have to lift back too far, but it'll lift back enough that you can now remove this front section. What you want to do with your gear knob, you want to remove all this. Obviously, if you've just got a standard one, it'll just be a standard gear knob, and remove the gator. The gator can unclip from here, and then that can lift out over your gear shifter, and then we can get to what we need to get to, which is under there and under this piece. As you can see, this whole piece, it doesn't look big enough for the gap to lift over, but it is big enough. You can just lift it all out without removing the gator. So that'll just lift over the standard shifter. And then what you can do is, if you remove that plastic clip and that plastic clip, this whole rubber section lifts out of the way and you can get to the mechanism we need to get to. To lift out, and you'll be able to unscrew this here. Once you've removed the C clip, make sure you don't lose it. It's just on the end of here. This whole section will pull out of that hole there. Now, this is the lift up reverse cable. You see the two screws under here. There's two like Phillips screws under there. You want to remove them because on your new gear shift you can see they reattach back into there, and the pull up reverse slots into that gap there. So I'm going to go ahead, remove them two screws, and then take that section off. Right, I've removed the two screws from underneath. Now on the shifter, on the lift up piece, you see there's a little pin in there. If you get a thin Allen key or punch, put it in there and tap it through. That'll release the pin, and then this cable will be able to pull out the bottom, and you'll be able to lift off all of this mechanism to transfer onto your new one. and the spring and the little O-ring. Obviously they go back on in that order, and then the cable you can just pull out of the bottom like so, and then that piece is removed. The next stage of this is basically you get your new shifter. Some of them you have to even transfer over these O-rings, but this one's already got them on. But you do have to transfer this plastic piece. That goes back on the bottom just like before. The C-clip, and then all your lift up shifters and stuff, and you can see that's got the little insert where you tap your pin back through. So you replace all the bits off your stock one onto the aftermarket one, and then I'll show you what that looks like when it's all installed, and then we'll fit it back into the car. Right, this is definitely the trickiest bit of the whole install. When you get your cable, you'll see inside the cable is like a little hook, like a hole in the metal. What I did, I got a bit of wire and I threaded a bit of wire through it. I pushed the wire up through this and popped it out the top, and then got some pliers and pulled the wire up. Now once you've lined the holes up, if you get something really thin, like what I've done, I've put an Allen key, and as you can see the Allen key is working. That's through all the holes in all the mechanism, even the metal cable. And then if you get, this is your pin. If you see that pin slots over the top of that Allen key, and as you pull the Allen key out, you can tap the bolt, the pin in, and then nothing falls out, and you don't have to do it 100 times. Once your cable's in and you've pushed your pin back through, you can see that's working nicely. And you've swapped your plastic over on the bottom, you can see it's in there. It literally just push fits in, and then make sure you get you can see the C-clips just there. I just need to fasten that in, and then that'll be held in place. Then obviously you bolt that back through like it was. It comes with a fresh bolt. You bolt that in and then start to put back all your rubber and stuff how it came apart. Alright, hopefully you can still see it. It's going dark, so I've started doing this after work. You can see all the new bits are on, the new shifter's on, and I've used the old bolt, not the one they sent, because it's just a bit shorter and it still works really nicely through there. And you can see how short the shift is like, that's gear, neutral, gear. It's so short now. So basically this is going to go back over the top of it, and then your gator, and then click all the plastics back on, and we'll put the gear knob back on. Right guys, back inside. Hopefully the video quality wasn't going too much, but the light had gone. It literally took me about 45 minutes to get that stupid pin through for the lift up reverse. It is a pain in the ass to do, but it's just one of them things. It works now. The shift is a lot shorter. It's really nice, really good quality really for 25 quid, like I said, and the GFB one's 10 times the price nearly, and definitely, well, it works, so how can it be any better? But I'll keep you updated if there's any issues with it. I mean, it could break next week, but I have used them before. Apart from that, if there's any questions, leave them in the comments. If you would like to get one of these short shifts, I'll leave a link in the description. Apart from that, enjoy the next video coming, which will probably be starting on the turbo mods possibly, but I'll see you in the next one. Peace.